is the #1 brand name in global positioning, and they're #1 by a whole bunch. They are the 800-pound gorilla in the industry.
For sure.
Welcome back, Bob. How are you?
Good morning.
This is
Great
Bob
to be
Rayner.
here. Thank you.
Cell phones, people are under the opinion that cell phones can do everything. And a lot of cell phones have global positioning on them. So the first question that the younger generation asks when I start talking about global positioning is, why do I need a designated unit for my car when I've got a cell phone?
Well, I could give you about a zillion reasons, you know. And of course, one thing, once you buy this GPS here at QVC, that's the last money you ever spent. You don't have to pay monthly fees or subscriptions or anything else like that, including the fact that it has free lifetime map updates. So as long as you own this, you will get free lifetime map dates every 3 months. And you know what? How many pieces of electronic equipment this day and age don't go obsolete?
I agree. And there are hundreds of thousands of changes that are happening on roads and byways of America all the time. So this unit is their newest, latest, and greatest. It's the 57LM from Garmin. It's using satellite trajectory to give you your global positioning.
Indeed it is, right.
Not a cell phone tower, but satellites. And it is as accurate as you could ever imagine. So it doesn't matter whether it's going to be a cross-country trek for vacation.
Does not.
Or something as simple as just a drive from here to a half a mile away. Here in the Northeast, all our towns stack up right next to each other.
Yes, they do, right.
And it's kind of crazy. I know where I live, but I don't know where the post office is in the town that's 2 towns away.
Indeed.
And that might be 10 miles. So this will help you. It will also, by the way, help you in everyday life on making some of your decisions, which I thought was really cool. There's something that's brand new that's called Foursquare.
Foursquare, we're going to show you that.
Part of Garmin. It gives you not only, if you're hungry, restaurants around you, it tells you what other people have said about these great restaurants.
What other people are doing, yeah. Foursquare is input from you, the driver, the listener, the customer, that actually adds to Garmin's database of millions and millions of points of interest. Well, of course, you'll see in just a moment how easy it is to access all of that. But let's take a look for just a moment. The #1 thing that feedback from QVC customers tell us about Garmin, that is how easy it is to use. When you turn it on, this is what you see. It's a simple screen that asks you 2 questions, literally. Do you want to view the map? In other words, do you want to see where you are? And you can do all sorts of things like zoom in and out and spin all around it to get your view. Or the other question it asks you is where to? Where do you want to go? Okay? You can put an address using a keyboard here like you would enter in any other type of handheld device. But you will also have the option of programming in your home. Go home with a single tap.
There's comfort there.
Comfort and peace of mind, especially with younger or older drivers in the family who would love to see that.
Me, who has no natural sense of direction whatsoever.
Absolutely. Recently found things and so much more that you see there on the screen. So you can tap that screen, add an address or whatever. And here's where the points of interest come in, Dan. Categories, points of interest, the things you need every day. In other words, GPS doesn't just tell you where you are, it tells you what is around you. And maps can't do that. A lot of devices can't do that. But Garmin GPS with points of interest, they certainly will, okay? And let's show you how easy it is you can navigate with this versus any other kind of device. Where to? How about a place that we have recently found? How about Hughes Financial, Dan? Will we go there? Okay, hit go. What happened? In about 5 seconds or less, right? We have entered in data. Now we have to simulate the driving route here in the studio because we don't have a satellite signal in here. But the point is this. Within about 5 seconds, we were able to program where we are to where we want to go. It is just that simple and easy to use.
When I drive a pickup truck normally, and it had a global positioning system built into it. My truck is a few years of age. It's outdated. The maps aren't accurate.
And big bucks to update it.
A ridiculous amount to update it. I have a Garmin. My wife and I also travel by motor coach, and it makes a big difference. One of the reasons why I chose Garmin is it doesn't just tell you how to get from point A to point B. It even tells you things significantly important like what lane should I be in?
That's called lane assist with junction view. It is a miraculously effective piece that you'll find in Garmin GPS units. And here's how it works. Driving down the highway and you have a maneuver coming up, a turn. Here's what happens. On the upper left of the screen, Out of that 6-lane highway, notice 2 lanes are highlighted there
Yep.
in the upper left corner of that screen. That's telling you in 0.3 miles, those are the 2 lanes you're going to need to be in to make your next turn safely. But look what else happened, Dan. The map shifted off to the left, and on the right is a photorealistic view of exactly the same thing you're seeing out of your windshield, except red lines are painted on the road, making it virtually impossible.
It makes it so much simpler.
There are tens of thousands
Absolutely.
of there in Dan.
If you're somewhat of a nervous driver and driving in large cities, etc., it's nice to have something that tells you exactly what lane to be in,
Right.
and to give you plenty of information of what's coming up. Now, there's another factor that's really interesting. All global positioning systems, even your phone when it's working as a GPS, has to know where you are at any given point or it would not work.
Right.
But do you realize how few global positioning systems can actually tell you in English that you'll understand where you are?
Yeah,
So
real
if you're-
directions.
Let's say your car breaks down.
Right.
Or somebody says,
Where am I?
where are you?
Yeah, yeah.
There's a button called Where Am I?
That's right.
On the Garmin.
God forbid you have a breakdown or in a medical emergency like you're seeing right here. Well, go to your Garmin GPS, tap the screen, and within moments you're going to find out the nearest address, the nearest intersection, even the compass coordinates of the nearest gas station, fire station, and police station. Pick up the phone and call the husband, wife, boyfriend, tow truck driver, whatever. It doesn't matter. That's safety and peace of mind, Dan. I've said this for the last 5 or 6 years I've been presenting Garmin's. To me, that safety and peace of mind is worth the cost of having a GPS.
It's like having a local sitting in the passenger seat everywhere you go. I don't use global positioning just for trips. I use it almost every day.
Sure.
This will tell you things like when you're coming into a school zone.
Right.
Which
Oh,
is
and warn you.
Which is a 15-mile-an-hour speed limit. It is the most often ticketed area for
and
drivers.
the most expensive ticket.
And should be. I mean, you're keeping your children safe.
Sure.
But if a municipality wants to raise revenue, they're going to park a squad car near a school zone.
Absolutely. Moments ago we talked about points of interest, and I showed you some of them there coming up in categories like this. Points of interest, as I said before, constantly updated. Whenever you use the free lifetime map updates, you're also updating the points of interest. But we talked about Foursquare. That's the new hot trending app.
That's
Foursquare
very cool.
is not just stuff that we put in there. That is stuff that Garmin users, cell phone users, internet users, these are the places they go. So if your points of interest shows you 10 different restaurants in the area, Foursquare, now included with this, shows you the ones that are real hot, the ones that are trending, the ones that are popular, the ones that are highly recommended.
You're a local everywhere you go.
So we have added this feature to Garmin to make it even better than before. I've been doing this for 5 or 6 years here on QVC. I'm surprised that we got yet a new one with more advancements to show to you.
At a great price. Father's Day right around the corner. We're at $129.99.
Fantastic.
If you use your Q card, you're going to love the aspects of being able to spread it out, etc. We have easy pay for everybody. Thank you, my friend.
Thanks, buddy.
Good stuff.
Good to see you.
Brand new, first time ever on the air. Rachel, you're standing by with our next guest, aren't you?
I am, but you know what? Do you have cats? If you have cats, I'm sure that you love your cats, right?